press record.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we're back. Two Cousins Cooking. And we're making corned beef and cabbage stew. Some place calls it boiled dinner. Some people call it Jiggs Dinner. We're doing it in the slow cooker. Melanie is trying to feed an army, so we're not sure if it's going to fit in her slow cooker.
Yeah,
So
this might not go well.
we got here. I'm just going to turn up the volume, Mel, so I can hear you. I got to turn it down.
But because I didn't boil it like you're supposed to, I'm using just beef broth.
Yeah, well, we're going to put beef broth in. So you get yourself a brisket and you soak it overnight in the refrigerator in cold water. And in the morning, discard that water and rinse your brisket off. And we're going to lay it in our slow cooker. Melanie cut hers up into chunks because she got a lot of it. She wants it to fit. So laid it in the slow. But Melanie bought the pre-made box, and I have right here. I have a few teaspoons of bouillon powder, beef bouillon powder. And so I'm going to add my water. So I'm going to add my water. You add it your.
Okay, I got mine done.
Now you lay your brisket in it, Mel?
My brisket's in it. What do you want me to put in next?
Add, like, if you have fresh garlic, you can add a few cloves or minced, or you can add like 2 teaspoons of garlic powder.
Do I need garlic powder or no?
Do you want to use garlic or garlic powder or no garlic?
I'm gonna go with no garlic.
Okay, and then pepper to taste. Do you got 2 or 3 bay leaves?
Yes, I do.
So I'm going to add my mixture. I have pepper, my bouillon powder, garlic powder, and a couple of bay leaves. I'm going to dump that in.
So you want to put in 2 bay leaves or?
Yeah. And at the end of cooking, you fish those bay leaves out.
Okay. Put in 1 more because one's kind of broken.
I'm just mixing mine in there because I got that bouillon.
Okay, so now what?
Okay, now you put 2 tablespoons. This is optional, but it gives it a little bit of tang, a little bit of flavor. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
You want me to add that too?
Yeah, add that. Just 2 tablespoons.
I gotta find my apple cider vinegar. Tablespoons or teaspoons?
I mean, sorry, 2 where did my thing go? 2 tablespoons.
Table, okay. I had apple cider vinegar, but.
Well, that's okay. So, and then if you want, you can add a teaspoon of sugar. Some people like it, add a little bit of that sweet and sour to this. So you can add a teaspoon of sugar if you want.
Hey, Ron,
Okay, and then I'm just going to spill my water on my vegetables. Now, I wouldn't add salt until the end of cooking because there's so much salt in that beef brisket. You may not need any.
Yeah, I don't add salt because it's going to be the broth got salt in it, and
Yeah, exactly.
corned beef is salt, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's like me. But if somebody out there wants to, wait till the end because you may not want it. Now,
Okay, what's next?
Now with the vegetables, I cut my potatoes quite a lot bigger than the other vegetables because they cook a lot faster. And I
So,
cut my cabbage into wedges like Melanie.
so I'm gonna put my
Yeah,
carrots.
carrots and turnip and all your vegetables, just layer it on top. And hopefully we have enough room for all this stuff. Yeah, I cut my turnip into big chunks. My carrots, I sliced like that into like that size.
Like, look at the size of my turnip.
Yeah. What did I just see? Oh, that's your cabbage.
Or cabbage, yeah.
Yeah, you can cut them smaller.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have room.
The way that I measure out for portions is I use a carrot, like a medium size, whatever carrot, to a person. One carrot. I usually slice up one carrot a person, one cabbage for a batch of this, and 2 potatoes plus one. Like, say if I have 3 people, 6 potatoes plus 1 potato. So I use 2 potatoes per person, and then I throw an extra.
I don't think my potatoes are going to fit in here. So I might have to do my potatoes
Separate.
separate.
Yeah, because like in this, I just use rustic potatoes. You could use red potatoes, whatever you want, whatever you have. Yukon Gold.
Because I
And
still gotta get my cabbage in.
wow, I'm squeezing all my stuff. My stuff's fitting so far. And I just, like I say, because the potatoes cook a lot faster, I left them kind of large. And you're gonna get a lot of water released from the cabbage, so that's gonna go over everything. And I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper on top of all this stuff because I like pepper, and I might throw a little bit more garlic powder on top of my vegetables here.
See, I might have to squish all this in.
Oh my God, Melanie, I look at this thing. I only use the carrot per person, and there's 3 of us.
Look, Jerry.
7 potatoes because there's.
I don't even have potatoes in there yet.
Look, I got everything fit. Yeah, and if someone wanted to make this not in a slow cooker, and they wanted to make it on the stove top, you would boil your brisket for an immediate, like once you bring it to a boil, to a medium-low simmer for like 3.5 hours till it's tender. Internal temperature of the brisket has to be 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's cooked then, right? So you boil it in a low simmer or whatever for 3.5 hours. Then you start adding your vegetable in stages. Hey, Mel, unless you want to cut them in different sizes and throw them in together.
Well, here's what I still have left that didn't go in my crock pot.
Is your crock pot full now?
Yeah, I had to squish the top on it. I don't know, maybe I can try and get something else.
Well, the cabbage will cook down some. If you can squish it in, then see the cabbage is going to cook down and shrink down, and it's going to fall into the pot a bit more.
Okay, I'll just put what I can get veggies in and squish it some more.
Man, we'll be eating this all weekend. Now I'm turning my crock pot. If you're doing it on low, do it on low for 8 hours. I'm doing mine on high, but I'm going to do it for 5 hours. But if there's a difference in the time, and if I find that we need it more or less or whatever, I'll put it in the across the screen here.
Now I gotta try and get the top on.
What about putting foil and then the top?
Let me see.
And then when it cooks down a bit, you can just take the foil off and put the top on.
I wonder if I just leave it for just a little bit for it to go down and then put just the last one on it.
Because with the cover, yeah, you have to have the cover on though. It'll take forever for it to heat up.
See, there it's It's on now.
You got no potatoes in it.
And I got no potatoes in it yet.
You only have 3 of these, man.
But I think it's the meat.
Yeah, your brisket was a lot bigger than mine.
So I'm
And you
hoping that might. I'm hoping that's going to shrivel a little bit too.
Yeah, well, the cabbage will for sure, and the meat will shrink somewhat.
If I have to, I'll have to do the potatoes on the stove. That's all.
But you can have it with mashed potatoes. Make a thing of mashed potatoes and put some.
No, I'm just gonna cut the potatoes, cut them in chunks, and just put it on. And
in a little while, if you want it, you could take some of that broth out and cook and put it in for the potatoes.
With the water for the potatoes to give it that taste.
Yeah. If you want it, you could just take out half of your water when it's just about cooked, or when it is cooked. When it's all done, it won't take long to do the potatoes on the stove. When it's all done, take some of the juices out and put your potatoes in it.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea. I got it on high anyway, so.
And what time or what time? Whenever you're having it, text me what you did, and that way I can let them know across the screen. I can text.
Well, what is it now? 10:30.
And you got it on
So
for like
I'm
5
hoping to have ours around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That'll be 6.5 hours.
Yeah, cook it on high, and check it in 5 hours and see. Do you have a meat thermometer?
No.
Okay. Well, it'll be pulling apart.
It's on the bottom too, right where it's getting the heat. So.
It's getting most of the heat. That's why it's best to lay the meat in first.
Yeah.
When you're doing stews or anything with the meat, put it in first, and
there's no leaks. It's well.
And beef brisket, this type of meal, you don't sear the meat, you boil it. You boil it to death.
It's well sealed, so it's not leaking anything. So
we grew up on this dinner, man.
Yeah.
We grew up on it.
But
so this would be out just before St. Patty's Day, so that'd be good.
Yeah.
Good. This is good dinner for St. Patrick's Day.
The only thing is, my brisket costs way more than yours.
Yeah, well, you got monster size too, man. Melanie's brisket looked like the whole freaking end of a cow. It's like massive. And she's cutting it up. It's like, oh my God.
I wonder if I had to cut it up smaller, but it probably wouldn't have made a difference. It's still the same amount of meat.
Yeah, and anyway, it'll cook down a bit. Anyways, Melanie, you had so much of it anyway. Like there was no way you're getting your potatoes in there.
No.
How much cabbage did you put in? Just one head?
Here's what I still have left. I didn't even get it all in.
Wow. Boil that with the potatoes.
I mean, if
you want that much cabbage, you can boil it with the potatoes.
But if there's a lot of cabbage, so it's going to shred apart anyway. But I'll wait probably a couple of hours and then I'll put this one in. There's not much on it.
Yeah.
And then it'll cook.
It's going to be good, Melanie. It's going to be tasty.
I hope so.
I look like my head looks like a watermelon.
I'll take you back in the room. Then I'll do my dishes up in a bit.
Alrighty, guys. Melanie's going to go sit down. I'm going to sit down with her. We're going to chit chat. You probably don't want to listen to us blabble on, so.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns out good.
We'll put across the screen how it turned out, okay? See you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hi, guys. We have exciting things happening on the channel, and we forgot to do our exciting thing. So
I remembered.
Came back on to press record again.
I remembered.
Melanie remembered. Well, Melanie doesn't have a hole in her head like me. We have lists of recipes that I made for my family. Melanie got recipes that she made for her family, and we're going to recipe swap. I'm going to pick a number. Melanie's going to tell me what recipe that is, the number between whatever and whatever amount of recipes she has. And I'm going to do the same. And Melanie
Mine's
doesn't like
between-
some of the things I wrote down, but they're good. And but we promised that we would try our best to put things on the page that we believe that our families would like. But I know
That
Melanie won't like them.
we've already tried these meals,
Yes.
but now we're gonna swap them and make them for each other.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 12 things.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a number. I'm gonna pick
So
number.
Gary got a pick.
Actually, I'm gonna pick number 12 because that was Casey's number in baseball.
That's the easiest friggin' thing. I don't like that. That's cheating.
No, I picked Casey's baseball number.
That one there is the crock pot cheese dip.
Yay!
You suck.
I gotta write that down. I'm making crock pot. You gotta send me the recipe because
I'll send you the recipe.
we're gonna make each other's recipes. But one of the recipes on my list has an ingredient that Melanie can swap out. Actually, she doesn't have to make it to the T. There's one thing in it that she can swap out so that she doesn't have to have a certain thing in it. Because
Okay.
I'm nice like that. Melanie's not. Crock pot cheese dip. Oh, Casey's gonna be so happy.
So I will send you that recipe over the weekend because we'll make this for what, next week?
Yeah, and then the following week we'll make our stew and pick another one. So every other
Okay.
week we'll pick a recipe.
Okay, so now I got to pick.
Okay, between numbers 1 to 14. Oh,
Come
sorry.
on, 3. Don't say it's that hamburger soup. Freak out!
Pick number 3. Hamburger soup.
Oh my God, the one thing I did.
That's the one she didn't want. Okay, Harrietta, sorry, puppy. I banged the table. The dog's barking.
Oh my God, the one thing I did.
I'll send you that recipe over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin's going to be so happy.
The one thing I didn't want to make is the first thing.
So
Well,
next Friday supper, we'll have what we're making. Do you want to do it that way?
Yeah. So next week it'll be hamburger soup for supper.
Yeah. So
We'll make it and then it'll be posted.
yeah. That's funny.
There's one thing I didn't want to make and I caught.
That is so funny. I'll cross it off the list. I'll put a check mark by it because that's the one that you picked.
And the one Graham wanted you didn't even pick. Oh
that'd
God,
be fun.
that's too funny.
But you want to know what? I was wishing that you picked the taco soup one because I know that you really like it.
Well, I'll get there.
But you'll get there. We got a lot here, so we got to get through them. So
I'm just putting in Jerry's pick. Easiest friggin' thing. Crock pot cheese dip.
But this here hamburger soup is pretty easy. And if you want, we can put it in the slow cooker.
Yeah, I'll do it in the slow cooker.
Yeah. And then I'll send you the recipe before the end of the weekend. Because
Okay.
I'll type it up in an email for you.
And I'm gonna put on mine. Got hamburger soup.
Okay, guys, we'll let you go again. See, isn't this exciting? Because then we're forced to make things that maybe might be outside of our comfort zone, and we get to try something that maybe our family, and we put down things that our families didn't try.
Yeah.
We think we put down things our families.
At least when we're doing this together,
Yeah.
like at least if I'm missing something, you can say, okay, you forgot to add this or.
Yeah. And like one of the ones my husband wanted to pick, I have a recipe for it, but Melanie has a recipe that he really wants to try.
And he didn't get it.
He didn't get it. But this is going to be great for Friday night, the cheese dip.
Oh yeah.
Does this go in the slow cooker too, Mel?
Yes.
Okay, so both of us do slow cooker again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what, it's slow cooker, cheese dip. Everything just goes in and
Yeah.
after a couple of hours you go back, you turn it around, put the top back on it, then you use your nachos or whatever you want to use.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
You're a lucky shit.